If you love Baltimore sports, you'll love WNST.net even more now because we never stop saving you money around town.
This man has the best hair at CAA Media Day. That's a fact. He is Delaware coach Keeler. Coach, every time I come here, I think to myself, this is going to be the year we're talking about excitement for Taos and things are turning around. But damn it, this league just doesn't get any easier.
It's a brutal league. You know, you're adding Old Dominion, and there's going to be no little asterisk there saying this is their first year in the league. It's not going to be as good as anybody. Georgia State's not going to be very far off next year. So, you know, people are joking with me, saying, hey, you don't have to play James Madison or New Hampshire this year. I said, yeah, but what bargains are on this schedule? So, it's a great conference.
Okay. It also just so happens to have the team that went to the national championship game last year.
Well, it has had a team that's gone to the national championship game for a lot of years. Let's see, 2003 we won it. 2004 James Madison wins it. 2005 I think was one of the years we didn't get someone there.
Okay, that sounds.
2006 might have been Richmond.
Yeah.
2007 was us again.
It's crazy.
Maybe 2005 might have been UMass. I mean, it's nuts.
It really is.
We played for 3 in the last 8 years. James Madison's won it. Richmond's won it. William Mary's been in the Final Four. So it's a great conference, and you know the crazy thing is that we will legitimately have 5 or 6 teams that can win a national championship coming out of this conference this year. Who stays healthy? Who wins those close games early in the season?
And I thought that was what Rob said. That was great. Rob Ambrose said, you know, this is the only league in the country where you can 3 straight weeks play #1 teams.
Sure.
I mean, it really is that good. Just a dumb question today, because there's really no easy answer. How do you replace a Pat Devlin?
Well, you replace him by running the football. That's how you replace him. You know, we're going to take advantage of the great offensive line we have coming back, and Andrew Pierce and David Hayes, and say, you know what, stop the run and let's make it a little bit easier for who that young quarterback's going to be. So, what a great player, what a talent, what a great leader, and you know, losing him's a big deal. But at the same time, knowing that we have a great run game coming back, I think eases my tensions a little bit.
And you've been in that position before. It's not like this is the first great quarterback you've ever had.
Well, the great thing is that this is probably the best offensive line we've had coming back. And with Andrew Pierce coming back, a proven commodity, I think again we should be able to run the football. If we don't, that's going to be a problem.
All right. Well, we can't have you here, especially at M&T Bank Stadium, without asking you about the man around town.
Yeah, well, I'm looking around. Where are the Joe Flacco pictures?
That's actually a really good question.
I have to text Cam Cameron, one of those guys, and find out what's going on. So.
It needs to be a little bit more love for Joe. Well, let's talk, because this has been a weird offseason. It seemed like every time I turned around, there was someone criticizing Joe. You know, Lamar Woodley running his mouth. The Ravens will never win the Super Bowl with Joe Flacco. It was a really bizarre. Are you stunned by the fact that all this guy has ever done is win, and yet he still gets criticism?
Think about this a second. Cowboy Stadium never has a rookie in the history of the stadium win.
Right.
He wins, and oh, by the way,
the last game ever.
Last game ever. Goes to New England, beats those guys at New England. Has, I think, one of the best winning records in the history of the NFL on the road.
Yeah.
As a starting quarterback. Only rookie ever to take 3 straight teams to the playoffs.
And win playoff games in all 3 of those years.
You know, it's bizarre, you know. And the thing about Joe is that, you know, Joe is who your son wants to be. That's who, I mean, you know, you want a role model, it's Joe Flacco. Joe Flacco's not worrying about going out and getting himself a Rolex or a brand new car or buying a $1 million house. Joe Flacco's worried about winning. Joe Flacco's all about his teammates. Joe Flacco's all about the essence of being, you know, part of an organization. And all he wants to do is win. And that's what, you know, people always wanted me to compare Pat and Joe. So that was the common theme they had.
Yeah.
Had great parents, and they were taught that winning is the most important thing as a team, not your own personal statistics. So, yeah, I can't imagine how anyone in the world could ever criticize Joe Flacco because he's everything you'd want in a professional athlete.
And the $1 million question is, what kind of wedding gift did you get?
You know what? I actually took him to Klondike Kate's Tuesday before his wedding. I didn't realize he was getting married. We're talking. I said, so what's up? And he goes, I'm getting married Saturday. I was like,
just to slip that in there?
I asked Joe. I said, so this is your bachelor party? He goes, yeah. So why? It's because I brought some of the coaches down. We all went out on the deck and had lunch at Klondike Kate's. And he always comes over, spend 3 or 4 hours, and we text each other back and forth. And we were actually supposed to play golf with Rich Gannon on Monday down at Ocean City, but then this whole NFL lockout thing started to open up. So Joe's like, I think I better get a workout in with my teammates. But yeah, Gannon had the place to himself and said, why don't you and Joe come down? So it's been fun to smack the ball around with him. But Joe's fantastic, and we're looking forward to him having another big year this year.
two younger brothers. How'd you never end up getting one of those guys?
One's at Stanford. Well, the other one's playing baseball for,
No.
We didn't get Joe the first time around either, so we're going to get him on a bounce back. But we recruited Joe to the very end. I remember Mom and Dad and the entire clan sitting in my office after the spring game, and went down to the end. We lost him the pit, but when it was time to come home, we were an obvious choice for him because we built a great relationship with him, and it was a great fit for both of us.
It's quarterback university, the University of Delaware. So, I mean, it's really become that.
Hopefully that continues.
He's Casey Keeler, CA Media Day. It's not getting any easier around here. It's WNST.
If you love Baltimore sports, you'll love WNST.net even more now because we never stop saving you money around town.